Welcome to Mondays with Marc. I'm Marc, and this is SmokeySteveAndMarc. Oh, yes, it is. Welcome back. Oh, I was so excited to see you tonight. I really was. Gosh, I hope the feeling's mutual. I hope so, anyway. But anyway, yeah, I was looking forward to seeing you. I hope you're happy. I hope you're well. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and maybe some exciting plans for the week coming up. Oh, we have a great show tonight. We do. Well, we're going to get caught up on some chit chat, of course. And then I have some pictures to share with you. And, we have a project. Oh, yes, I know, right? Like, long time coming. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Oh, I'm excited about that. And then we're going to talk all about this year's garden. Yes, we are. So we have a lot to get to. So I think we should probably get right to it. So, yes, okay. So, but first, apparently last night was like prime time for seeing the northern lights in areas of the country where we normally, just can't see it. Now, we didn't get to see them here, but our friend Christine S., she sent in some pictures, y'all. Take a look at these. Aren't they amazing? She got to see that right from her home. I was like blown away. Such awesome pictures, really. Now, I've never seen the northern lights in person, and really, I've never even seen pictures of the northern lights from somebody I knew, but so I was so thrilled to get these pictures. Thank you, Christine, for sending them in. They're absolutely beautiful. And even though we didn't get to see them here, we had, it was pretty much overcast the whole day and night yesterday. We did have a beautiful night sky. Oh, the colors were so bright. And I did manage to get the moon in there right before he kind of tucked in behind some clouds there. So even though we didn't get to see those northern lights, boy, we had to show ourselves. The colors were so vibrant and just so beautiful. It really was. So I know, of course, I had to share that with you, right? But so yeah, there's that. And well, as you know, we're all moved. We have everything out of the old place into the new place, and now we're just kind of putting everything away. We're not necessarily living out of boxes, but there are a lot of boxes in this apartment. But we've made a lot of headway though, and I want to get the backdrop up and everything. So I think I'm going to switch my attention to the studio next. But the kitchen's pretty much ready to go, and there's just work that needs done in every single room. That really, but it'll take a minute. But we are settled in, and I'll tell you, one of the greatest joys of this really were the kitties. Oh my gosh, look, stacked kitties. You believe that? They went away to Grandma's house for about 3 weeks while Steven and I were displaced, and so they had a little kitty vacation at Grandma's. And when they came back this week, last Wednesday they came back, it was like 2 completely different kitties. They totally bonded on their little vacation. They're like best friends now. They play together and like they sleep together. It's really so nice, because I tell you, Oscar in the last place, and for those of you who may be new, Oscar actually was a feral cat that I had met in our apartment before our last apartment. We had been there for about 7-8 years maybe, and I had a big garden out there, and Oscar just wandered in one day and kind of stayed, and we took care of him for 3 years. He was an outdoor kitty. I had built him a little outdoor kitty house. It was heated and everything for the winter, and he was my gardening buddy. Every day he was out there, and we fed him and took care of him. And when we moved, we knew he had to come with us, and we moved into that apartment. he really, even up to like, we were there for about 7 months, and he really didn't come out of the bedroom too much, you know? I think he was really afraid of Bandit. I mean, he wasn't unhappy or anything, and he did come out, just not a lot, you know? I mean, for the first month, he lived in a closet, and we just let him do his thing, you know? He seemed happy, he seemed healthy, but now here, he's out all the time. It's fabulous. It's wonderful, and he's always up in Steven's lap now. It's really quite nice. He kind of bonded with Steven too, which I was really hoping for, and so Steven now has a lap kitty, which is so cool. So that was really, really nice, you know. And on the subject of the garden, I've been getting a lot of questions, you know, like, I mean, what are you going to have a garden this year? Do you have space for it? What are you going to do? So, you know, time's a ticking. I mean, this is prime time to be getting the garden ready and everything. And of course, we had this move right in the middle of everything. So, but there's still time left. And as it turns out, I do have space to have a garden. And so I did a little bit of planning, and I made some decisions to get started. Well, here, take a look. So as far as the garden for the new place here, I do have this plot here. Out front, it's about 10 feet by 12 feet approximately. And there's some, you know, shrubs in here, like this one. He's so big, I think what I'll do to start off is cut him down. Not cut him out, but just make him a little bit smaller. And then I can plant an herb garden. Oh yes, either spiral or maybe stacked. You know me and my fresh herbs, gotta have them, right? But yeah, it does need a little bit of work here, turning over the dirt and everything. And there's other shrubs too. Now I do really like these shrubs, but as you can see, they're damaged, and so I'll have to trim them. Like this one here, I think I'll probably either take him out and plant him somewhere else, or cut him down a little, and I'll cut that one down, make him a little smaller. And then this one, I love this one. Can you just see him at Christmas time? Oh yeah, already thinking ahead. I got to, right? Yeah, but this is a really nice plot of land, and I think we'll do some really beautiful flowers. Maybe like a rock garden look to it. I love that idea. And then, you know, moving around the side here, there's this little plot of land on the other side of the porch here. And I was thinking, y'all, if I could just plant my mirepoix here, you know, some celery, onions, and carrots. Oh yeah, I would be a happy, happy guy for sure. And then maybe growing up the side, we'll do some vining sweet peas, and maybe some beans growing up a little bit there, you know. Now, as far as a regular, you know, proper vegetable garden goes, I was thinking of putting in, like on the side here, you know, we have this whole yard here. I was thinking of putting a raised bed garden right in here, maybe a 4x8 or something like that in there for tomatoes and things like that. But I'll still have to do a little more research on, you know, who owns the property and whatnot. Now we have like this entire yard here in between the houses, but I don't know who owns what and whatever, so I'll have to figure that all out before I decide on the actual vegetable garden. So I'll be doing a lot of container gardening, and probably on the porch. And I got all the pots out and ready to go. Oh, like these ones here. These were a gift from a viewer last year. You know who you are. Thank you again. And I didn't get a chance to use them. But won't they look beautiful right in the front on either side of the steps? I think so, with like something like really tall growing out of it. So, you know, those are the plans for this year so far. Yeah, you know, so I'm I'm pretty thrilled with what I have to work with right now. You know, I think that front area is going to look really, really nice. For those of you who've been watching a while, in our old place, you know, I had like a rock garden kind of a thing set up. I'm thinking of doing something similar to that anyway, with some perennials and annuals and bulbs. I think it'll be really, really nice. And as far as a proper like vegetable garden goes, I will check into that. I'm not sure about the property lines and all that, and who I need to ask permission from, you know. And actually, if it turns out that kind of lot over there, the big yard over there, if that is a vacant lot owned by the city, that would be prime territory for like a community or city garden. So I will definitely be looking into that. I think that would be a lot of fun too. A lot of work, but you know, definitely maybe an option. So I'm not sure if like half of the yard belongs to this property and half that property, or if that's a vacant lot right in the middle of there. So I will find that all out this week. But I know for sure what I'm doing now with the front and the side there. So I'm pretty stoked. And of course, you know, there'll be a lot of container growing too. You know, we're going to do the potatoes again. And of course, a lot of nice flowers and stuff on the porch. So I'm excited to get into that because gardening is my happy place. It really is. You know, in addition to that, and something that was missing over the last like month or so was like DIYing, you know, and crafting and doing like creative hands-on stuff, you know. And on that note, I just happen to have a project for you. Oh, it's so cool. It's also involves gardening, you know, makes a great gift, fun to do. Now, I'm sure y'all heard of like seed paper, and I'm sure you heard of seed bombs, but have you ever heard of a seed pop? Oh yes, seed pops! I am so excited to share this project with you. And you know what? It's a trending project too. Oh my gosh, it's like all over Pinterest and TikTok. Oh, and it's understandable why it is too. It's super fun to do. It's easy to do. It makes a fantastic gift. Mother's Day is coming up, and you can get the kiddos involved in doing it if you want to. It's a fun project for sure. So let's get started, shall we? What do we need? Our materials are this. It's just construction paper, seeds, water, and then we need some kind of like a wooden skewer or some popsicle sticks or even some candy sticks will work as well, okay? And I'll make one of each to show you what they all look like. And then in addition to that, you're going to need some kind of mold. Now, this is optional actually, and I'll show you how to do it without the molds too. In addition to that, you're also going to need a food processor or a hand mixer or one of those stand blenders. That'll work just fine too. And as far as seeds go, I'm going with a wildflower mix for this batch here. You can use any seeds you would like. Flowers, you could do vegetables. I think using herb seeds would be super nice too. All right, so let's get this started. So the first thing we're going to do is choose the colors we want to use, you know, for our seed pops. And I just went with summer colors, some green, there's orange, yellow, blue in here. And I did 10 sheets of construction paper for this. And but that's not written in stone. Choose as many as you want, and I'll show you because it's very easy to adjust the water and everything, okay? And then we're just going to be tearing these up into little, just little pieces, you know. There's no rhyme or reason to this, just any way we want. And then we're going to put that right into the bowl of our blender, okay? And then to that, we're going to add some water, and we're going to add actually just enough water just to cover all of the paper that's in there, okay? Now I have this started already. There's already water down in there, and I just added that to it, okay? And then you're just gonna let that sit for, just about 10 minutes or so, just to let that water get all absorbed into the construction paper, okay? Now I know that ours is ready to go. I just added this little bit in there, and that will be just fine. And we're gonna put our lid on it. See, it goes this way. Go. And then we're going to zizz this up until we have a nice pulp, okay? Okay, all right. Just like that. We have a nice construction paper pulp. All right, now to that, okay, we'll put this back on, and to that, we're going to add our seeds. I'm going to go ahead and add all of it right in there. Here we go there, and depending on the quantity of seeds in your packet, you could also just do like a half packet, you know, just judge it to the amount of pulp that you have, okay? And then we're going to close her back up, and then just give it another little spin there just to incorporate the seeds, that's all. Just like that. Okay, so now we're gonna take this off, and then you can kind of take a look in there and see, did it mix up? Like, here, I'll show you. See, like how it got mixed all up in there. So we're all good there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put these into our molds, okay? And what we want to do is we're going to take a bit of our pulp here, and we're kind of going to give it a little squeeze out, you'll see here, to get, there we go, to get some of that moisture out of there, okay? So we're going to squeeze that, and then we're going to put it right into our mold. So we're going to start by taking some of our seed pulp here, and we're going to put it down in our mold like that for a starter there. And then we're going to take whatever stick or popsicle stick we're going to use. We're going to put that right in on top of it and push it down a little bit like that. And then we're going to keep adding more pulp to it, pressing down with our fingers as we go until the mold is completely filled. And, you want to like tap your fingers down like this to get it all down into every little nook and cranny of whatever mold you might be using. And then make sure that whatever stick you're using here is also covered up on the back to make sure it just stays in there, you know. We don't want it slipping out or anything like that. And as you can see, I'm hoping that you can see this, but see the water there? Yeah. So there still will be a lot of water in there, and that's not a problem. We're not worried about that. Okay, so I think our molds are completely filled like that. And this one over here, this is our popsicle stick that I used there. And I'll tell you why we used the popsicle sticks later. And we just added a little more pulp because the stick is a little bit thicker than a regular skewer like that. And we just want to make sure that back is completely covered because again, you know, we don't want it to fall out, okay? And then next, we're going to grab some paper towels and we're going to apply real firm pressure on there to get all of that moisture out, as much of it out as we can, okay? Just keep tapping and tapping until we get all of that moisture out. Now, if you don't have a silicone mold, you can still make these no problem just by grabbing your pulp like this, and don't squeeze it out yet of that moisture. We're going to kind of form it on the outside of our skewer like this first. Let me get my bowl over here. First, and then we're going to squeeze out the water around that skewer so that it like sticks to it a little bit better. So we're going to squeeze that all out like that. And then you have just a seed bomb on top of a skewer, just like that. So either way, I mean, you know, that's an even easier way, you know. And of course, without the stick on it, oh yeah, that's a seed bomb. Okay. All right. So there we have it. We have the one on the skewer, we have the one on the popsicle stick, and then we have the one with like just a seed bomb on there. And our next step now is actually nothing. We have to let these dry out completely, and they will take some time. Now you can speed up that process by, you could put the whole thing in a very, very low oven, or in the oven with the light on only, you know. I put mine on top of the caloric, the air fryer oven, while Steven was dehydrating some fruit. They were dried out in like 3 hours. It was awesome. Or you can just let them sit out overnight, maybe have a fan blowing on them. But you do want them to be, well, as dry as possible, okay? If not completely dry. And with the magic of TV, I just happen to have some that are all dried out, you know? And then all you need to do is remove them from the molds. So you want to do that pretty carefully. You know, we're just going to kind of separate them like this, like pull the mold apart, because it's silicone, it does that. It's really nice. Give it a little push from the bottom. And there we have it. Our seed pop. How cool. And if you're OCD like me, all these little pieces that are hanging over the edge, they just come right off like that. You know, I'm like, each petal has to look like a petal. It can't have anything extra on there. So I've been known to sit here and pick all these off. But of course you don't have to do that. So there's that. And I think, you know, to make a nice little finishing look to it, you know, I added some, just some cellophane little bags on top of it from the Dollar Tree. They sell them like this for $1, or, you know, these translucent ones that I actually got. These are candy making bags there. And then, you know, you can cover them up, you know, to make them look like a pop. The catch of this is that they look like cake pops, you know, but they're called seed pops, you know, which is pretty cool. So why did we do some with popsicle sticks? Because y'all, oh, this is so cool. Where's my? I have one done because I need to show you. When you use a popsicle stick, okay, here's our seed pop. When it also doubles as your plant marker. These are zinnias. These are the ones I did yesterday. These are the zinnia ones. So, you know, when you put them in the ground, this part would stick up and it would tell you what it is. So it's a plant marker. How cool is that? I love that idea too. And really, that's all there is to it. So I hope you enjoyed this project, because I did. I think this was a lot of fun, and I do think it will make a great gift too. There you have it. Our seed pop project. What'd you think? Did you like that project? I did. You know, gosh, it couldn't get easier than that, right? Really, really nice. I totally dig this. And I think they'll make really nice gifts. Now, I made like a ton of these, and I have a lot of just the bombs, you know, just like this. So I do have plans on giving one little set, well, actually 3 sets away as gifts for Mother's Day, with a pot and everything in it. One's going to be the herb garden one, and the other one, I think I might actually use this pot. I just got this one at Rite Aid. It was $3.99. I think I might do that, but I'm also going to make a big basket at work of these and give them away at work too, because I think it'd be great. You just pop these right into the ground and you got flowers, right? It's great. So I hope you enjoyed that project. First one in gosh, over a month, huh? Right? I hope we keep up that trend now. I'm gonna get the studio all set up hopefully this week. I'm hoping it'll be done this week, so we have like an actual space for everything. You know, we're not right in our living room, but this isn't bad. The lighting's okay, I guess. It's just echoey, you know, echo. I still haven't found the microphones. You know, it's in that mess in the studio, so we got to get back on working with those microphones and lighting. Of course, I know the lighting in the studio, but for like places like this, it's like, it's just, I don't know. There's just a lot going on right now. So, but So what was that? Okay, so moving forward, so tomorrow, I want to let you know we're gonna have a mail call video tomorrow. We went to the post office and got everything. We have a few packages to open, and so we'll be checking in midweek with you tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on how late we're at work tomorrow. I'm thinking probably tomorrow though. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, Steven will be back on Thursday with Steve Will Try It. I know everyone's been asking about that. It was just getting going and then we had to move, you know. And then of course Friday we'll be back for our regular Friday night chit chat, Saturday coffee talk, Sunday live, and then all of a sudden it's Mondays with Marc again. It goes that fast, right? Well, anyway, it was so great spending time with you this evening. I hope you had a good time because I know that I did. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to hit that subscribe button, okay? And also hit that notification bell so you know when we have a new video out, alright? You can find us over on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all of our contact information is listed right down below. That's our P.O. box and our email address. If you have any questions on the project we did tonight or any suggestions for the apartment or the garden, just shoot me an email, okay? And yeah, I guess that's about it. Thank you again, everyone. You have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Ciao, everybody! Mwah!